Olá, bem-vindos à Igreja no Mundo, o programa da Fundação AIS Ajuda à Igreja que Sofre. Sou o Paulo White e hoje vamos ver um filme, um documentário sobre a Índia. Todo o programa vai ser dedicado à Índia. A Índia, um país onde os cristãos se confundem com os Dalits, que são os mais pobres dos pobres da sociedade. A sociedade indiana pode ignorar os Dalits, pode ignorar estes milhões de pessoas, de cristãos, mas a Igreja não os ignora. Vamos ver este documentário.
Before, when we were Hindus, we didn't have anything. We didn't have food or clothes. After accepting Jesus Christ, we were blessed.
When I was ill, many Christians came to pray for me. I had a kidney problem. I suffered a lot. I went to church and asked for baptism. After accepting Jesus Christ, I got healed. Christians help each other and love each other. Christ can do everything. He is God.
Trilokpuri is one of the many slums of the many marginal neighborhoods of New Delhi, India's capital. It is full of life. In the eastern part of the mega-city inhabited by 22 million people, the great majority are Dalits. The untouchable don't even have a place in the Hindu caste system. Some have embraced the new religion, Christianity.
When I was a Hindu, I wasn't able to live in this world. After becoming a Christian, I live. Therefore, I believe in Christ. I don't know how to read the Bible, but I know that Christ is God.
Christine and Esther, Christian daughter and mother, live in Trilokpuri's characteristic homes, a home with just one room. They have endured pressure and rejection in their family due to their conversion.
My mom changed Hindu to Christian, but we are born Christian.
This is a very good God. That's why I accepted Jesus Christ. Many insisted to try to stop us from converting.
In India, problems like Esther's are not limited to family and social pressure. Even if the constitution defends freedom of conscience, towards the end of the 60s, 6 states passed the freedom of religion laws. These laws try to avoid more conversions. Ever since BJP, the nationalist Hindu party, got into office, these laws have been toughened.
What we say is, in conversion with an intent, conversion with a motive, conversion which is eroding the basic fabric, the 5,000-year-old history, the 5,000-year-old, our civilization, which affects it. The BJP per se is against that sort of a conversion.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch.
The official statement is not the biggest issue. The laws against conversion incarcerate the minister for 3 years if the new Christian has been forced, induced, or seduced into changing religion. Everything counts as seduced. Quoting the Bible or being charitable may be considered acts of seduction.
The problem is, who will define what is inducement? If you say Christ is the Savior, they will say it is illegal.
In this Delhi neighborhood, it is common for Christians to pray to an ill person's house. This behavior is considered coercion by the freedom of religion laws. It is especially punished if the prayer is for women and children.
When I was very sick, they came and prayed for me. Jesus Christ healed me, and I accepted. Many don't want to be Christians, but Jesus is my life.
They remain outcasts. Most of them can't visit temples. So when they see somebody expressing love, somebody promising that you'll be free, that you are a human being, you're a child of God, you are not born from beyond God's body, you're part of God's body. When they see this, I suppose there's an urge. Is there a prisoner who would not like to go free if he sees the door open?
In the past, like now, conversions happen because people are perceived differently.
When this new religion was preached to the people of untouchable community, they thought, okay, this is the religion which we wanted. A religion which preaches equality. A religion which gives us human dignity.
In India, different denominations of Christianity make up only 3% of the population. 25 million Christians in a country inhabited by 1,200 million people. 80% of Indians are Hindus. The Christian minority is considered by many a threat to the old religion.
And God created them, man and woman, equal. What a sensational philosophical break from tradition. What a sensational. For the first time somebody is telling them, you are human, you're the same as the Brahmin, from the same earth.
Brahmin lead ceremonies very often related to food. Hinduism is a polytheist religion as it embraces many faiths. In each corner of India there are different divinities. Hinduism expresses socially as a specific and complex caste system. Castes, in theory, were abolished in 1947 after the independence from the United Kingdom. However, it is still a very strong hierarchy.
Gandhi said we have to abolish untouchability but not caste system, because he says if the caste system is abolished, the Hindu society will collapse. The Hindu theory says that God created human beings not equal but unequal according to the hierarchy. The Article 17 says untouchability is abolished, but in practice it is everywhere.
Brahmins are especially careful not to mix with the untouchables. The untouchable Dalits are the social group that more often suffers attacks, abuses and rapes. 7 out of 10 Christians are untouchable.
It is real capturing of the power game. They want to make, because why they are attacked the Christians, why they are attacking the Muslim? Because these two religions provided the space, theological space as a dignity to their slaves. And they told, oh, you are giving the opportunity and dignity to my slaves. So they want to attack on them.
Whereas one Hindu perception is that he is poor because in his last life he was not living well. So God has punished him. We should not help.
Bhubaneswar is a city located in India's northeastern coast. It is known as the 1,000 Temple City, a core for Hinduism. The water of Bindu Sarovar's lake is used in many rituals. In this water, all holy rivers converge. Around the lake, many ancient temples have risen, some almost 1,000 years old. Hindutva, the nationalist Hindu movement, is much more recent, as at the beginning of the 20th century it started to utilize Hinduism. Hindutva grew and shook Hinduism's serenity. Currently, it is a key political movement in India. Hindutva entered politics in the 1980s through BJP, a party that competes for the control of Congress with the Nehru-Gandhi family party. BJP won the central government in 1998. In 2014, the BJP, led by Modi, won the presidency. Modi has tried to present BJP to the world as the yoga party. BJP declares itself to the world as the formation that brings peace, a peace proper of old temples. However, ever since BJP came into office, attacks on minorities have increased. In many cases, the police do not react. Neither the Congress Party nor BJP have tried to stop the double discrimination Christian Dalits, the majority of India's Christians, suffer.
This is my house, the one behind.
Visikashan Nariak lives in a small village located in northeastern India. He is a Dalit and a Christian, like his siblings in Delhi suburbs. He is able to live in a bigger house, and the countryside makes his and his family's living a little bit easier. Not very long after independence, India's government passed a special regulation to try and protect the disadvantaged castes, and those who lack a castes, as the Dalits or the tribal population do. It includes several positive discrimination measures to boost education access, employment, and administration positions. Every member of the disadvantaged castes and the untouchables may benefit from these aids, excluding those who have converted to Christianity.
This is our bedroom. We sleep 5 in here. As we are Christians, we are rejected the Dalit certificate for economic aid.
If he converts and he's no more a Dalit, he is a Christian, if he says that I still want the benefits which should have been given to me, that is something which is asking for too much.
This is my sister. She is not married. She is the catechist on Sundays in our church. She is a community leader.
I explain to the children the meaning of the gospel. By the blood of Christ, we are all one. In the name of Christ, we are one. Someday, we will all go to the same Christ.
Kandhamal is one of the poorest neighborhoods in Orissa, which is, in turn, one of the poorest states in India. Many small villages located in these jungles lack communication. The baptized suffer attacks and discrimination. What happens in these jungles illustrates well the nationalist Hinduism reaction to Christianity.
On 23rd August 2008 was the massive attack which took almost 4 months, and during that attack time 100 people were being killed and 65,000 people were displaced. 5,000 houses were broken and burned down. Police had stick but they could not execute, they could not protect, because they didn't have the order to protect. There was a pressure from the BJP. As a result, they could not dare to stop or intervene. Otherwise, if government would have taken the step, so because the local people supported and they also cooperated and they also showed the Christian houses and the institutions, that is how the other people also took the courage to break.
When I got home, there wasn't anybody. My parents weren't there. After getting to Lingagada, we walked for 3 days to Srikola, and they beat me there. We wanted to return home, but they didn't let us enter our village. They didn't let us get water and make a fire. How could we live like that? We had some goods, but after fleeing to the jungle, we returned to our burning house.
It is a genocide. It is not suddenly or unexpected happening. It is one planned. It is well planned, and it is genocide and attack by the majority on minority community people.
Nadagari is a new village. In this settlement there is prayer and an attempt to restart life. It is a dramatic instance of the change of life 60,000 displaced have gone through due to the violence suffered back in 2008. Some have left Kandhamal forever, and others, like Nadagari's neighbours, have been forced to resettle in new places hours away from their original villages. The cohabitation in their villages is impossible. Many were asked to convert to Hinduism to recover their homes, and the government did not act. Nadagari is a kind of ghetto, a village for Christians, a sign of lack of religious freedom.
After leaving our homes, we could only come here. We couldn't take anything from the jungle.
In Nadagari, the homes don't have tap water. The streets seem calm for the ones that have fled the jungle and lived in a refugee camp. After the attacks, 20,000 displaced lived in the refugee camps granted by the government. In these camps, the violence persisted. The nationalist Hindus kept threatening the Christians that did not convert. In some cases even, a large sum of money had to be paid to leave the refuge camp.
Inside they didn't have the nothing to eat, because whatever relief materials was given only to eat only, but for their medicine and other needs they were not provided. That is how they had to go outside, but at that time also they were restricted.
For many years the children stopped going to school. They couldn't continue their education. Since 2009, the government has created peace committees to ease the reconciliation and to help the displaced return home. But these committees were only created for Hindus, and they were a tool to reconvert.
Where there was no both communities present. That is why that peace committees are organized by governments. That was a NOMSEC. It was not function well, and till now it is not effectively functioning. After the violence, the brotherhood, fellow feeling, and understanding between the communities, that is lost.
The processes in the courts have become another source of suffering. More than 200 judgments have taken place with accusations of rape, homicide, and arson. Most of them have ended up in the absolution of the accused or in small sentences. During the public hearings, more threats have been made. The government's economic compensations are few and late.
Hindu group, They also threatened the widows not to speak out, even when they had to give the witness at the court. They also forced and threatened that you should not reveal.
After everything that the faith has endured, it still stands.
Our parents converted to Christianity. We have known Jesus Christ. How could we abandon him? How could we live without Jesus?
Pirigada is another small village in Kandhamal. It witnessed one of the many ceremonies of forced conversion that were carried out by nationalist Hindus in 2008. Thousands of Christians were driven to the Hindu temples by armed forces. Their heads were shaven and they were forced to eat and drink cow excrement and urine. While Hindu hymns were sung, they were forced to swear that they had changed religion.
They called us. We were in the forest and they took us to Dharampur.
They told us we were going to live like brothers in peace.
They shaved our heads and bathed us, and then they gave us a towel.
But they took us to a temple, and they told us that if we didn't convert to Hinduism, they would kill us.
They took us to the temple of the monkey god, Hanuman, and they forced us to adore him.
Then they gave us cow urine to drink.
We have received Christianity. We have educated our children in Christianity. It's the true religion. We are not going to abandon it now.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see.
Kanjamendi village cannot forget the memory in its mind and heart of what happened to Sister Mena Barba, even if she now lives far away. The nun is a victim of the violence in Kandhamal. She is the protagonist of a new life and an inexplicable forgiveness. Mena Barba was a collaborator in the village's pastoral centre and in the social centre. The Jana Vikas Social Centre was where Mena Barba was raped many times. In court, she has declared that she forgives her tormentors. Her face may not be filmed to avoid problems with justice and to make her life safer.
When they came to attack, they pushed me to the ground, removing my clothes. One man sat on me and he raped me. I was not knowing what is happening to me. I thought I will go and jump in the fire. I came out to the road and I saw Father Chalen was literally leaning down on the ground, and the people were beating him, kicking him, asking them, please help us. But their answer was nothing. Just they were standing, sitting like as if they are stones. That moment, I lost all my faith. If police will not help us, then who will help us? Before the FIR writing, he had warned me, saying, do you know what is a rape case? Do you know what will happen, the consequence if you file FIR? I didn't tell him anything. That moment when incident took place, it was very difficult for me. Even I thought that I would have been killed. That was better. Now when I think God has allowed these things to happen to bring me closer to Him. When an incident takes place in one's life, people can go away from God or can go closer to God. God saved me there, and now I understand the value of life. I understand better the pain of people. I don't regret what has happened. I feel that it is not for somebody else that I have undergone this pain. It is for Jesus. It is for the faith. I think now I have experienced their love more.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace.
These people were very ordinary, simple, and they have something to teach us. And they have paid their life for the faith. So that should not go waste. So generation to come in the future, we need to remember them, their sacrifice, their life, and they stood for faith, and above all, for love of Christ.
E assim, com este documentário sobre a Índia e o desafio do acolhimento dos Dálits, chegamos ao fim de mais um Igreja no Mundo. Despeço-me com amizade. Até à próxima semana. Até ao próximo Igreja no Mundo, se Deus quiser.